Alright guys, I'm going to talk really quickly about how we set up our tracks in Ableton. This is not going to be about building a set list, this is just going to be about what does our tracks setup look like, where do all these columns of sound go, that sort of thing. If you're looking for a keys related question about keys, sounds, or anything, this is not that, okay? Alright, so really quickly, we're going to go through each of these columns. So we have click, cues, acoustics, bass, drums and different percussion effects, electrics, keys, sounds. So this would be pads, leads, piano. This is stuff that's in the tracks that you're not playing. And then we have strings, and then any sort of vocals. We have woes, background vocals, lead vocals. And yeah, so that's basically what each column is. Now, a couple things. First of all, anytime that you create a set list, you need to look at your band and say, hey, what's on stage and what needs to be taken out of the tracks? What are we playing as a band? What should I take out? So if you look down here, this is where you'll be able to see the sound coming out. And if you hit this button, this mutes it or turns it on. So like if I play this track, here's Reckless Love.
1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
you can
6.
see here, there should be sound coming
Intro.
from the electric guitar. There's not. But if I turn that on, now all of a sudden that's coming out. Here's another electric guitar. This will be
Intro.
obvious. There it's gone, so it's muted. Now it's back on, muted. Okay, so that's what that button does. So you need to look at what's being played in your band. So a lot of times in a full band setting, I'll take out electric guitar 1 and 2 because our electrics play a combination of 1 and 2. Obviously take out drums, take out bass, take out acoustic, take out piano, and then obviously take out the lead vocal. The other thing is I have all of our tracks levels set to -5 decibels. So there's two ways to adjust the track's volume. You can either adjust it here or you can adjust it in the individual clips. So if you come in here, there's this little meter here and you can adjust how loud or quiet something is. We try and avoid messing with volume here. We try and keep these pretty well set and change the volume within the actual clips. That way we can set how loud each song is in comparison to the other one, and we don't have to mess with the amount of total signal getting sent to the soundboard. So basically we can level each one of these clips out in comparison to each other, to each song, and then make sure that we're all getting sent the same level and we don't have to mess with anything down here from song to song. Okay, so all of these columns get sent to different places, and we're going to talk about that for a second. So click and cues get sent to the soundboard as individual signals so that we can adjust those individually, and then we also have a tracks mix of all the different tracks together. So with the click should go to 3. If you look here, it says audio 2, and so this here shows what channels it's going to. Right now it says 1 and 2. It should say 3. Cues, it says it's going to 1 and 2. It should say 4. So if you click on that drop down menu, you'll see that there's only for me right now options 1 and 2. That's because I'm not plugged into our interface. If I was plugged into our interface, it would go 1 through 8. So you would click on this drop down menu and set click to 3, cues to 4. And then for the tracks, you'll notice that these are all sending audio to something called a tracks bus. Okay, so if you scroll to the end, here's the tracks bus. Basically, a bus is just a group of other instruments or other sounds, and they're all getting sent to one big channel. It's just a grouped channel, basically. So this one's getting sent to external out, and it should be getting sent to 7 and 8, again not plugged into the interface, so you'd set that to 7 and 8, and this would be all of your tracks getting sent to those two channels. So that's a basic rundown of what the Trax setup should look like.